during the 20 plus years you've been to China in and out for 20 times, what do you see the difference, or what do you see China is changing?
I remember the first time I was here, there were lots of constructions everywhere. That was in '99. And that's kind of still happens. And I also have the fortune to be on different campus on Alibaba and Huawei, and the massive new constructs they have and it's a building when you have 20,000 people coming to work every day.
Sure.
That didn't happen in the early times. But I'm most, as you said, myself with engineers from different companies, and then I feel at home. Engineers are engineers everywhere. Maybe there's a little bit more culture of taking people out and eat. While in Finland, we try to take people home eating. That's kind of probably the biggest difference. But I really love to see the variations of Chinese food, and I enjoy almost everything of it.
And do you see that, from the cultural perspective, especially the food and people's interaction, I believe, mostly people are keeping the way they've been interacting, but what do you see from like the business perspective, from 1999 to
I've been in databases since I started to come here and meeting companies. So it's the beginning, they were hard to explain what's open source, what's the benefit.
Oh yeah, back in '99, sure.
Yeah, and but that's fortunately that's not anymore. GPL is widely known in the industry and moving, and the biggest difference just now is that when I started coming here, there were no Chinese database companies.
Sure.
And now you have somebody told me 270 Chinese companies competing, and
that was the number. That was the number last year, right? Is right now is already surpassing 300.
Yeah, but the thing is that the industry can't sustain that. So in the coming years there will be a strong reduction, and I think that those who learn to work together instead of compete, those are the ones that will win, and that's what all open source is about. Instead of working on their own forks, they should try to create a few forks that then can be massively successful. And that's what I'm trying to do with MariaDB here on this trip. I'm trying to get people to, instead of doing a fork on MariaDB, contribute to it, and we work together to make a database that will work good for China, for Europe, for US, everywhere. And the more we participate, the better we get. And especially for the cloud vendors, I think it's a little bit of that they all create their own database, because in the long term they can't compete with something that has thousands of developers in different companies with different visions, and I hope that they can see that.
Well, I think you're spot on. But I had exactly the same thought as you have. A couple of years ago when I saw the number of databases are over 200, over 250, things like that. However, after 2 years, the number kept growing. I hope one day that they start to shrink. But at least right now we're not seeing that sign.
Yeah, which is true on the rest of the world too. Yeah, I think there's somebody calculated that in Europe and US there's some 4,000 databases, and most of those are just niche. But I think that those who are really niche, we shouldn't really count. Those who only worked for a few companies, and they can still do a great living of that and do something unique, but they're not changing the industry.